Hello Internet, welcome to Red. This is the game I made for the Asylum Jam 2016. I finished it last weekend. And so the game was developed in 48 hours and is it was designed as sort of a murder mystery idea. So I figure what we're going to do is I'm going to play the game and then kind of walk through some of the design choices and where it ended up and some of the struggles and stuff that went through it, sort of like a Post Mortem, but also a Let's Play, except I know the game, so that's less. So if you haven't guessed, the red is, well, blood. That's sort of taken from, shoot, what's the name of it? Zombie movie. Shaun of the Dead. There you go. You've got red on you. Anyway. That's where that is sort of coming from, and also it's just I like the contrast. It like black and white always work well together, and then with the red, it just kind of works out. It's a very stylized game. You can see all the like untextured black people, and then we've got the like hexagon blood tiles, and those kind of just splurt all over the place. So anyway, it's interesting. So the idea was, I'll get into the game itself, but the idea here was you want to sort of just go to a party and interact with everybody. So there's like 20 other people in this house, and they all of their appearances are randomly generated, and all of their interests are randomly generated. So every single person in this house, some of them are going to be a little bit overweight, some of them are going to be shorter, some of them are going to have a little bit different faces. Not to the point where you can like identify them, but to the point where you know they're different. And that was sort of what I was going for, is I wanted this to feel like it was people interacting. Like you can see this guy is obviously more overweight than this other guy. And so I got all of that done with Morph 3D. So Morph 3D is like a dynamic avatar generator. It lets you use weights to affect your players or whatever. So it's really useful for like MMOs and stuff. So I got three different AI types figured out. When they're just kind of walking and finding nothing, that's their board style, I guess. And that's just, they don't have anything else to do. I was going to have entertainment and food. So there was going to be like food around there and entertainment, which was going to be these TVs, which are just a really quick noise shader plus a render texture. And then I just multiply the two together and you get this, and then add some other stuff to get an emissive texture. So this is just cameras scattered throughout the house. There's 3 TVs, one on each floor. And there's 3 different cameras, and the cameras are kind of moved about. So you've got all the people walking around. They can also talk. You might hear it in the background a little bit. And that is actually, there's 25 unique voice lines that they'll say. And they're usually between about 1 second to about 4 or 5 seconds. And each of the, oh, somebody just died. All right. So it's happened. Anyway, there's about 25 voice lines, and each of them are just very creepy or like very meta things, just reversed, and then compressed, so they all kind of have the same tone. And then each individual character slightly pitch shifts it, either up or down, and with that, we're able to kind of give them each their own voice, even though they're all saying the same thing. And they also, like I said, they also have preferences. So some people will like to talk to other people specifically, and their needs will fall at different rates, for example. So things like that kind of make it dynamic every time you play. Not to the point that it's actually like a different game, but it kind of happens. As for the murder, as you can see here, it only happens after, so there is no murderer to start. Everybody just does their own thing. And then the murderer becomes whoever falls below a threshold that I have set. I believe it's 25% of a need. So if their needs aren't getting met, like they get like stuck and can't talk to who they want to talk to, for example, they'll get annoyed after a while and go on a killing spree. And the other option is if nobody is selected after, I believe, 2 minutes, it automatically picks one of them. And that's just a totally random process. And that was just to get the game started. So the idea was you would kind of observe, and then you have, if I walk up to one of them, I can arrest them. And you can only do this once in the game. And it's based off of a whole bunch of things, but if I like arrest this guy, it's gonna probably reset the game because that was just a guess. Yeah. So actually, I don't even know if I did arrest them. This is the death screen. Maybe there's a bug, but this is what happens when the murderer catches you. Everybody dies, as you can tell from all of the horribleness. So I tried not to go horribly gruesome, but I almost feel like it felt more comic-y. And if I did it this way, like there is a lot of blood in this game, and I feel like that's almost less scary than if there was less, because this looks over the top. The stylized nature and all of that kind of keeps it over the top and a little bit calmer compared to just like less of this. All right, so let's jump back into it. So there's a few other things that can happen. What were they? Trying to think. So obviously the arrest can happen, and the idea is you need to arrest the person before he kills everybody, but he'll only kill if there's only one person visible from his point of view. So like I would be able to get this guy because I couldn't see anybody else. It doesn't really matter that person can see other people. It's only from the murderer's point of view, and the murderer has 360-degree view, and that was just to save time. And another interesting thing is these people will also interact with you. So you'll see a few of them kind of walk up and start talking. One of the annoying parts is I never got their pathing perfect. So they path into you, which wasn't what I had intended. But they will kind of walk up to you and talk to you, which I kind of hoped would freak people out. I think it's just a little bit gimmicky at this point. So, anywho, kind of staring at a ceiling. But the idea is walk around, hopefully don't die, and then hopefully observe one of your friends getting killed so that you can find the murderer. The idea was this was going to be largely AI driven, and then I had a bunch of issues with the AI stuff. On Sunday, Unity managed to delete all of my prefabs, and since all of my AI was stored in those prefabs, I had to redo the entire behavior trees. So I was designing my AI in Behavior Designer, I believe that's the name of it, and that's just a behavior tree thing. So it's just a tree of things, of choices that your AI can make and actions related to them. So most of the code for this is those kind of actions. And so all of that is controlled by like 20 different actions that these AI perform to walk around the scene. And somebody just died. So that's sort of it. What else? The entire game, all of the art is Pro Builder, except for the people who are Morph 3D. Anything else that's interesting? I guess this is the first time that I've used the navigation mesh. Before then, I haven't really used it that much. And as you can see, I clearly know what I'm doing, as they all have gotten stuck. There's some other fun things that can happen, like they will actually move out of your way. So this is kind of buggy still. Oh, shit. Got him, I think. Nope, wrong person. Okay, well, I died. Again. So, it's a little bit, I don't want to say finicky, but the difficult part is you want to catch them, but they'll murder you if you are alone. So it's really difficult to actually get it to work, and you almost want them to just charge at you and then catch them. Some other things I wanted to get done, like you saw at the end screen, his eyes were glowing red. I wanted that to actually happen to the murderer when he was about to kill somebody, like when he was in his charge and stabby state. I kind of wanted him to go up and stab people with red eyes. And you can actually have these models blink. I just never didn't get that far. So anyway, that's that. That's all I have to say about that. So I think that's everything. Am I missing anything? I might be missing things. Let's see. Your player controller has a few fun things. I'm using UFPS for this, so you can like jump into the ceiling and your camera tilts and a few other things. There is no feet because for some reason it was messing up and you weren't animating and it was breaking like the entire game. Also, it was running terribly when I had it, so I just took that out. It was the easiest solution for the time, and it saved me like hours of work. So go away. All right. So I think that's it. I hope this was interesting. I don't know. Don't usually do postmortems. It's sort of just me sitting in a room going, "How did this go?" But I don't know. If you guys like the game, check it out. I'll put a link in the description and hopefully leave a comment. I'm curious what you guys think, especially of this, because this is probably as far as I'm going to take this, unless people want to see more of it. A lot of what I do with game jams is kind of experimental and sort of trying to figure out what I like and what I don't like. And so this, I'm going to reuse parts of this. I like the art style, for example, and I kind of like the game idea as a whole, but the implementation here needs work, and I'm not sure if the best idea is to take this and expand it or just start from a different starting point. So if it's something you guys want to see, let me know and I will consider it. But until next time, see you, internet.